Electricity has always been touted as the single most miraculous economic event for the entire world. Without electricity, the world would probably never be where it is today. However, even through decades of consistent development within the energy sector, there are many countries globally that still rely on international efforts to help build their country's energy systems. One of them is known as the Philippines, which until this very day seeks overseas investments to help push energy infrastructures. From coal power plants to renewable energy, the country is always on the chase for these foreign investments. While it can be a difficult initiative to push out, it has still lured out many international investments along the way. One of them, or rather the largest investor in the country's energy system, is none other than Japan. Japanese companies, both private and state-owned, have always touted their interest in the Philippines for its geography, destination, and as a source of political and economic interest. Japan has always been regarded as the single largest investor in the Philippines, much so, however, for the country's energy system. Most people may still not understand to what extent Japan's investments are in the country's own energy space. However, what if I tell you that they have been involved in the country for decades? They have been powering the country through aid, loans, technical cooperation, joint ventures, and a long list. One of their agencies, also known as the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA for short, has been involved in the country since its first loan in 1971. These consistent loans help the Philippines push out infrastructure nationally. Most importantly, it's for the country's energy system. The first ever loan sent to be used for the country's energy system dates way back to 1974, when the National Power Corporation of the Philippines had taken 5,191 million Japanese yen to help its transmission line and distribution system, essentially enabling the country to help distribute energy. It was not, however, until 1977 that JICA again sent a loan worth 720 million yen to the same Philippine firm for the so-called Abulga River Hydroelectric Project, and in total, JICA had sent over 30 project loans to the Philippines in the energy, power, and gas industry, the largest of which was a 40,000 million Japanese yen loan made in 1987 for the Calica coal-fired thermal power plant project. Today, this very same power plant has over 600 megawatts. Would the Philippines have these 30 or so projects constructed without the Japanese? Well, it's difficult to say, since in many ways they can take out loans from other sources. However, there are a myriad of things that go into play with each project. For instance, in some projects, Japanese firms are involved, helping transfer technical skills and expertise and providing their products and services. A different firm and country can set up, but in the most likely scenario, there's no other country other than Japan that would step up to help the Philippines this big. And that's why they're the single largest investor in the country. Now, secondly, these stated projects are coming from Japan's government. Yes, even the government does a huge amount of help, but they're not even the only source of investment. You see, what is a larger source of investment from Japan's private corporations? One key example is known as Team Energy, a company you would probably have never heard of before, but it's a partnership between Tokyo Electric Power Company, Chubu Electric Power Company, and Marubeni Corporation. It's through these partnerships that they have paved the way for Team Energy, which stands today as one of the Philippines' largest sources of power production. According to the joint venture's website, they account for a whopping 10% of the total power generation in the entire Luzon region. For a Japanese joint firm to contribute this much power, one can easily argue just how important Japan is to the Philippines. The company reports that it operates, or has operated, plants such as the Pagbalia plant, a 1,123 megawatt coal thermal power plant. It has been operating since 1998, but it was not only until 2007 that they invested in the plant. They also boast the Sual plant, a project with 1,218 megawatts of coal thermal power that has been in operation since 1999, and the Ilijan plant, a 1,251 megawatt combined cycle natural gas that has been operating since 2002. These three plants alone, although some of them are jointly in collaboration with other firms, are contributing massively to the country's electricity sector. What is even more surprising is that these investments are not even the only ones in the Philippines. As we noted, some investments earlier date way back to decades ago. But even until this day, Japanese investors are still keen on investing more. Amongst the latest and largest is the announced investment made by JERA Corporation, which stated that they have acquired 27% of a local firm known as Aboitiz Power Corporation for a whopping $1.5 billion. Aboitiz Power stands as one of the largest power generation distributors in the Philippines. The company is also aiming to have a capacity of over 9.2 gigawatts and achieve 50-50 clean energy by 2030. At current capacity, however, it is shown through its website that Aboitiz Power has over 49 power generation facilities, with 9 distribution facilities and more than 1 million customers nationwide. But anyway, thanks for watching.